I think my microphone was off this whole time. Anyway, so I finished this stretch off with, by turning my chin away from the shoulder, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm going to go to this other wall here. All right, holding the wall up with my forearm here. I use my feet to stretch my chest open. And then I finish the stretch by pulling my chin far away from my shoulder and my chest here. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And repeat. I'm doing 2 sets of this. Attaching my forearm to the wall, using my feet to rotate away. Pointing my head away from the shoulder I'm trying to open up. And holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, last wall stretch. Attaching my forearm to the wall here, turning away from it with my feet, finishing off the stretch, bringing my head away from that shoulder, and holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. That's it for the wall stretch. Next up is a trunk rotation. I'm just gonna rotate the trunk. I'm gonna do 3 sets of them, and just gonna hold it to one side and to the other. I have this different. I have trunk rotation in this other list, but anyways, I'll just do 3 quick sets. This is pretty quick. I think for the other one I was doing it a lot slower. So for trunk rotation, my knees and ankles are gonna drop this way. My shoulders and head are going to go the other way. You're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to slowly bring the knees over to the other side and repeat on the other side with my shoulders pointing in this one direction, my knees in the other direction. I'm going to hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's 1 set. Doing 2 more sets of this. So I'm going to rotate and holding my knees to the one side, my shoulders and head to the other side, holding it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rotate. I like to rotate nice and slow so I don't surprise any muscles. I don't feel any shooting pains anywhere. So my knees are on the other side now. My shoulders and head are pointing to the opposite side. I'm gonna hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Got 1 more set to go. So bringing my knees back over to the original side and head and shoulders over to the opposite side. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rotating back over. Last side. Bringing my knees over. Oh, the dog's in the way. Hey, doggy. The dog. I wasn't expecting to find fluffy dog on this side. So anyways. So I got final rotation for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now I'm going to hold the dog. Okay, now that I'm done with the trunk rotation, I'm going to hold the dog up and say, hey, what's up, doggy? What's up, dog? Oh, he's a good sport. He really is a good sport. He's like, what are you doing, man? Who are you talking to? He doesn't know about cameras. He's just a little dog. How can he possibly know? How can he possibly know? What's up, dog? What's up, dog? He's back. Well, let's see. I can read off what's next. Next is shoulder rolls. he can roll his shoulders like this. You know, I can do my shoulder rolls here in the seated position, so I don't want to kick this guy off. He seems to want a little attention. So I'll just roll the shoulders as is. So for the shoulders, I rotate them forwards for 10 rotations and backwards for 10 rotations. So bring up the shoulders up to the ear, bring them forwards, bring them down, bring them back up. I'm going to do 10 of these, so I count down from 10 and keep going around that circle. 9, nice and slow. You want to feel those muscles move. 8, you want to feel those muscles stretch. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that was pretty good. Oh, I forgot. There's a second part of this. Is I got to go backwards. So I got to bring my shoulders up towards my ears, shoulders to the back, down, then forwards for 10, 9, 8. I guess this is what goat yoga might be like. Some four-legged animal standing on you. I got it wrong. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so that's one set of the shoulder rolls. I only have 2 sets in store here, so I'll start up a new set here in a few seconds after I'm done petting with the dog here. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. All right, second set of shoulder rolls. Bring your shoulders up towards the ears. You can do it in the seated. I usually do the standing, but I'm letting the dog enjoy some company here. So shoulders up to the ears, shoulders to the front, shoulders down, shoulders back, and back up for 10. Keep rolling around. For 9, for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, 1, and backwards now. Go shoulders up to the ears, back towards the back, down, forward, back up again for 10, back around for 9, 8, 7, 6. It's hard to do this while I'm playing with the dog. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And it's done. It's done, little buddy. It's done. All right, that part's done. So next up is the neck flex. I can do this in the seated position also. I'll try it in the seated position. The dog went on his way. But I think he still wants some company, so he can just stay there. I'm used to doing the neck flex standing up, but I'll try it sitting down. 3 sets of the neck flex. So for the neck flex, I bring the neck over to one side. Feel a good stretch over here. Just for a second or two. Nice big stretch. And then bring the head down, chin straight down for the stretch to the back of the neck. Then flex the neck over to the opposite side for when we started. That's one. I count that as 1 rep, and I'm going to do three reps per set. So I kept that one a little long. It felt good though. Head down. Original side. Head down. Opposite side. That's 2 reps. Head down. Original side. Head down. Opposite side. And that's the 3rd rep. That is 1 set. I'm going to relax. Shake things out a little bit. Take a breath or two. 1 more breath. I'm going to flex that neck again. So bringing it over to this one side. Feel a nice stretch over here. Straight down, chin down. Other opposite side. Feel a nice stretch over here. That's 1 rep. Straight down. Original side. Nice stretch here. Straight down. Opposite side. That's the 2nd rep. Straight down. Original side. Straight down. Opposite side. That's the 3rd rep. And finishes off the 2nd set. I think it's easier standing up, in all honesty. I'll finish this last set off sitting down. I mean, you can do it sitting down. I got used to it, I think. I got used to where my head goes while standing up. Because the head actually plays like a weight role in this and helps stretch the neck pieces. And I don't feel as much weight when I'm sitting down on my head that I do standing up. All right. 1 more round of the neck flex. So neck is off to the side. Straight down. Opposite side. That's 1 rep. Straight down. Original side. Straight down. Opposite side. 2nd rep. Straight down. Original side. Straight down. Opposite side. And done. All right. That was the 3 sets of neck flex. Next up is overhead arm reach. 2 sets of that. For that, I'll stand up because I don't know how that would work sitting down exactly. It just wouldn't feel right. You'll see. Overhead arm reach. Basically just, I guess I interlace my fingers, put them straight overhead. Make sure I have some room over here. And then I just flex over to the one side on the same plane as my legs and arms. Once I hit a good spot where I'm stretching that elongated side, I'm going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly coming back over to the other side. Once I feel a good stretch, I'm going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Going back over to the middle. And that's 1 set. I have 2 sets of this coming up. So I'll need a little quick drink of water here. Very dry. I usually drink more water, except I was sitting down for a while. All right, here we go. 2nd set of overhead arm reach. Fingers interlaced, just pop those fingers or slowly bring this hand straight up above. Now kind of bend over to one side, stretching this elongated side. Once I feel a good stretch, I'm going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly coming back over to the other side to stretch the other side. Once I feel a stretch on the elongated side, I'm going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back up the middle. And that's it for the overhead arm reach. Looking good on time. Next up is the knee to chest. Just holding the knees to my chest for a quick 6 count. So let's see here. I'm just gonna get my, how does this work best? I don't have a very good experience on this one. I think I have to lay on my back. I think I'm gonna lay on my back a little bit and bring my knees to the chest that way. Because I'm not very flexible. I was thinking about bringing my knees to the chest in front of me, sitting up, but I don't think that's gonna work. So I'm gonna go on my back, bringing the knees to my chest. Yeah, this is the way to do it. Or as best to the chest as I can. Holding for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. One more round of bringing the knees to the chest. So here come the knees. You're going to bring them towards the chest. You're going to hold them for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. That helped a little bit. I could hear my back making some little stretching noises. All right, so that's the end of the upper back stretching. So most of those are for upper back type of stretching. Next up is hamstring stretching. For that, I'm going to grab my second set of second mat here, so that I can stretch my legs out wide without having to put, you know, it can be like 130 degrees outside, but this ceramic tile is still cold. So I like to sit on my mats. All right, so seated 4-fold, 8 counts, 2 sets of this. So here we go. I'm seated. Here's a 4-fold. I'm gonna stretch to the middle. One thing it turns out I gotta do is I gotta bring, in order to stretch my hamstrings, apparently my inner hamstrings are the tight ones, because I've been stretching my outer and middle hamstrings for a long time in the past. And in order to stretch the inner ones, you got to bring your feet kind of inwards like pigeon-toed and then stretch that way. So I'm going to be doing that for probably forever, because my hamstrings are tight, and they weren't, all the stretching was helping, but not a whole lot. And I think that's the key to it. So I'm going to be, at least for now, I'm going to be stretching with my toes pointing at each other. Right, honey. I got another dog. She's coming by. You need to get over here, baby. Yeah, here she is. Oh, what a good girl. That's a good dog. And of course the other one gets jealous and he comes running over. Yeah, it's a good dog too. I have 2 good dogs. Stretch a good boy. All right, there we go. Oh, so I'm going to start stretching now. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I actually got a good stretch in there. I'm going to relax for a few seconds. Tell the dog he's good. Play with the dog a little bit. Give the dog a big hug. Get some licks in. And, whoa. And he make him jump. Okay, here we go. So seated 4-fold. I'm bringing in the toes inwards, and I'm going to stretch it this way. I'm feeling a more of a stretch here. This is the real deal. First time I try this with my toes coming in, my legs are screaming at me. My hamstrings are screaming at me. So holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's it for the seated forward fold. Next up is the seated V forward fold. It's pretty much the same stretch, only my legs are in the V shape. And again, I'm going to rotate my toes inwards. Normally my foot's a little further out. This guy has other plans for me, so that's okay because he's a good boy. And here we go. Seated V forward fold. Holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If only I could scratch with my feet behind my ears. Be very flexible. Yeah, like that, like that. Oh my goodness, like that. Like that. See, that's flexibility there for you. Right there, right there. That's a spot. All right. Yeah. Okay, very nice. All right, another V forward fold here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And so that's 2 seated V forward fold. Let's see what else I got going here. A seated static stretch to each side. Okay, so this it's basically the same stretch, only one leg at a time now. So again, I'm going to bring my toe inwards so I can isolate that inner hamstring. I've been told that my inner hamstring is the one that's tight. All the other two, I've been doing these hamstring stretches for a long time, and I would always do my hamstring stretches out wide, not knowing that it made a difference. It just felt better for me. It's because my outer and middle hamstrings are loose, and it's the inner one that's the tight, super tight actually. The guy told me this. There's a stretching expert I went to. The guy told me he didn't know my history, right? He just said your inner hamstrings are super tight, and it's because I'd never really stretched them apparently, because I'd been stretching them, just the outer ones, by accident because I didn't know enough. Anyway, so here we go. So going for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. My inner hamstrings aren't screaming anymore. The first time I tried this, they were screaming. If they had a voice, they would have gone, ah. But this is my 3rd round of this type of stretching, and it's gotten quite a bit better. All right, here we go. So, I got to put my belly button over top of here and stretch for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is a good boy. That is a good boy. All right. That was one set of the seated single-legged stretch, hamstring stretch. I'm going to do a second set here, coming up. Here we go. Tilting my toe towards the middle again. Gonna do this for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's good. Trying the other leg. Wow, I can feel stuff. Okay. Maybe I'm not quite hitting that hamstring yet. I can really feel it this time. As things loosen up, I'm really starting to feel things on my legs, stretching wise. So here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's good. All right, so that's that for the seated static stretch. Next one is the lying down stretch. 2 sets of this each side. Lie straight back, one leg up, slight knee bend, hands wrap around the thigh, slowly straighten the leg, Hips stay on the floor, hold for 8. I'm glad I brought this mat over here because my dog is enjoying it. I think he's on camera. Anyway, so for this one leg goes up, knee slightly bent now that it's bent up. The other leg goes straight out, but I keep it elevated a little bit so I can work on my core. The elevation on the down leg, if it's up just an inch or two off the ground, it engages my core. So here, this is stretching my hamstrings. Ooh, I got to pronate. I got to bring my toe in and stretch the inner hamstring. Yeah, I can definitely feel it more now. Holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Checking the other side. So I got my hands behind my hamstrings here, bringing that leg straight up, pronating or bringing the toe towards the middle so I can stretch the inner hamstring a little bit more, and bringing the other leg up off the ground an inch or two, holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. I probably should have kept that for 2 more beats. I was really starting to feel a good stretch on that. I need to chill out a little bit and get ready. I got one more set coming up of the lying back stretch, I think I call it. Let's see what's it called here. Lying down stretch. Doing good on time. All right, here we go. One more set. So bringing my toe towards the middle, stretch that hamstring. The down leg is up in the air a little bit. And pulling back on this for the good stretch, holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, I got a good stretch on that one. Switching legs. Straightening out this leg. Bringing that toe in towards the middle. Stretching that hamstring. Feeling a fantastic stretch already. Bringing the down leg up off the ground for an inch or two to engage the core. Holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And down. Okay, that was fantastic. That worked a lot better than I remember any of these ever working. Wow. I probably should have done it a little longer. That's okay. I'll get it next time. Wow. Mind-blowing, actually. Things you learn. Anyways, next up is the head down stretch. I have some notes here. Hands behind. I'm probably standing up for this. Hands behind you, legs shoulder width apart. Yeah, I'm standing up. Legs stay straight, bend forward at the hips, tuck the chin, hold for an 8 count. So basically the head is straight down. Hence the name head down stretch. Hands are behind me. So back here, I'm just holding the hands behind me. I'm bending forward at the hips. Legs stay straight. I got to tuck my chin. I'm going to hold for 8 count once my head's down. All right, holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come up. Whew. Need some water. Catching my breath. It's a great stretch. All right, here we go. Hands behind my back, legs shoulder width apart, legs stay straight, bending forward at the hips, tucking the chin, finding the stretch. I'm actually going to point my pigeon toe my legs a little bit to get that stretch in my inner hamstrings. Heads down, head loose, holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. All right. That's pretty good. I got 2 of those done. Boy, this is, I know. Hopefully you're doing this, you're following along and doing these things. They make me feel so much better. I was kind of hem and haw about starting before I start. You know, it's like, oh, it's time to get started with my little workout thing. I go, I don't want to do it. But then when I'm done with it, I feel great. I mean, I've gone through a bunch of these lists of exercises, and I've chosen, I've tried them, a lot of them out, and some of them I like, some of them I don't like so much. So, but I mainly keep the ones that I like. So, pretty happy with these guys. All right, got one more set of stretching to do. It's called a scissor stretch. It's the same as a head down stretch pretty much, except my legs are scissored, and only the front leg really gets a big stretch. The back leg gets a little stretch, but the front leg is the one that gets the real big stretch. So feet about 2 or 3 feet apart, front leg straight, back leg straight too, hands behind my back. I'm going to bring that toe in a little bit towards the middle. I'm going to stretch those hamstrings, holding for 8, 7, 6, relax and breathe in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly coming back up, switching legs. Again, feet are about 2 or 3 feet apart. Legs are straight. My toe is pointed in. I want to stretch that inner hamstring, as I've mentioned. Loosely coming towards that front leg. Feeling a pretty good stretch in that leg. Holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly releasing. Feeling great about it. I got one more set, one on each leg. Taking a sip of water first and getting going. It's fantastic. Okay. I really didn't think I'd feel as good as I do now. I think at the very start I was kind of tense, uptight, long week, long day at work or whatever. But here we go. Hands behind the back, toe pointed in a little bit just for myself. Front leg straight, back leg straight. Bending at the waist, feeling a stretch, holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly coming back up. Feeling really good about it. Last leg. I'm on my last leg. All right, here we go. Bending at the waist, holding my hands behind my back. Feeling a really good stretch on that front leg. Holding for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back up. And that's it for my little worksheet. I did go through it pretty quick. I went through it pretty quick. I needed to end today a little early anyways. So I wanted to blast through this list. And let's see, what else do I got to do? Oh yeah, I like to sign off with a forward fold. It's a full body stretch pretty much. But before I do that, again, my name is JC. This has been Dad Bod with JC. And hope you have a great forward fold here. So for the forward fold, I have my feet fairly close together. I'm bending at the hips, feeling a stretch from my calves, my hamstrings, my rear end, my lower back, my upper back, my shoulders, through my arms and hands, through my shoulders again, through the neck, head, and the top of my head. Nice and loose. Take a breath. And coming straight back up. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next time.